Track number two. Let's head on to that. All I ever wanted was a chance to know myself. Yeah. And that song, man, like it almost took a turn for the worse in a way, or not for the worse, but it's like we tried to jam it a different way. We tried to speed it up and do all this stuff. It originally was like we were right into what an Elon Rubin like little loop just to get a feel, and then it was like bang. It was like we're sinking in a groove.
Yeah.
And then we were like, man, it's grungy. Should we speed it up? Should we do this? And we ended up coming back to how it was.
Yeah. It just the groove felt good.
Yeah, the
groove
felt good.
Why fuck with it?
Left it open for the vocals too, so you could kind of like meander through like everything without like sticking to like a slower.
And I think we got a shout Violent Soho. We were listening so much
that,
Violent Soho, so lots of grungy feeling inside of it. Some of we always want to kind of put out more stuff like this, and we never actually took the time to do it, you know. And I think you coming in guitars too, like you were excited about the vibe too, so like we got down to business doing that pretty quickly, like some kind of grungier vibes.
And it came together quick once we kind of settled on that groove.
Yeah,
for sure.
But I remember like going to your house and listening to the lyrics you wrote over it, and I was like, oh my god! Like I lost my mind.
Yeah,
I loved it.
Yeah, you never know how you're gonna approach it, and it just like it turned out to be Cadence. And I really love doing like kind of like a stark contrast where it's like. Like the war in Ukraine was going on, so I was like, man, there's times of violence, there's times of war, and then I was like, what's like the opposite thing I can say to like not make it sound like a political idea that I'm even talking about? So it's like talking about like wanting to live a life of lots of money and what, you know, it's like just a stark contrast and going back and forth in your brain about just these wacky thoughts and crazy moments and then just kind of I don't know, it all kind of comes together in that chorus. Man, and when we were doing that, and I remember when you were playing that lead. You know, like in the fucking chorus, I was like, "That's it." Yeah, and that is a song that took us a while to figure out.
Yeah, I almost changed my answer. It was that one.
That was the one. It took forever, and then once we settled on it, we like hammered it out super quick. But once we like found,
it like took Will to interview, and Will was like, "Let's sit down with this."
What do you guys do?
I love that we leaned super grunge into it, but it flows like it's a hip hop song.
It really
flows
is,
like a hip hop song.
Especially with the cadence and everything. And then once it hits the chorus, it just brightens up, and then like you like you're saying lyrics like I'll throw my hands up in the air, but like it's actually like out of like desperation, but it's or frustration, but it sounds happy.
Yeah, but it's also a summer festival anthem or what you know it could be.
Yeah, hell yeah.
You know, I remember like we were like partying one night. We were talking about the idea of what's that song where it's like. I put my hands up in the air and I stay there. They stay there. You know, like how rappers kind of say that. And I was like, what if it's like it's just like put my hands up in like it almost feels party, but then you know like you continue the lyric out of it.
Yeah.
But and then man, there's a bridge in it that just feels so smooth, and man, it's cool to put like cool bridges in there. Sometimes it's like that's just fun. It's like we're having fun now. So it's like. We like throw in these bridges sometimes. Sometimes we're like, let's do Be Anti-Bridge, and just like the little sandbox we have to play in. We have a lot of fun in there. So.
You want to
what's track number 3?
Anything about Max Bemis at all, or is that?
Oh yeah, so there's a version with Max Bemis that's fucking unreal. Yeah, and I like basically like we wrote the whole song, and then I was talking to Max Bemis. Man, we gotta get that mixed. So we're waiting for that version to be mixed, but there's a version with him. And I didn't show my second verse. I was like, just write to it. And he wrote a fucking insane thing. And yeah, hopefully you guys hear it soon. Hopefully this video comes out when people can hear it too.